and welcome once again to Armored Warfare, and today we are in the Sphinx. And the Sphinx, well, it's the family, it's related to the crab, to the VBL, and it all comes from the same manufacturer. And this game is brought to you by Electric, and you've seen this work before in the Puma. He showed us a nice PvP game. But anyway, before we go any further, let's check out some stats. It does 224 HP per shot damage. It has a penetration of 306 millimeters. Damage per minute 10,158. Reload time 10 seconds. Rate of fire 100 rounds per minute. Well, it has 2110 hit points. It goes 108 kilometers per hour. It has a view range of 440 meters. Gun depression 10% to the front, 4% to the back. Accuracy spread 0.13. Aim time 2.9 seconds. Turret reverse 60 degrees per second. That's amazing, guys. That's really amazing. Those are stats. Just a killer machine. Oh my god, really. It's simply scary. And I thought the crab was already OP. Well, OP is not the right word. It's simply epic. The epic machines, and you have to think of the time that that we are in now, with such a horrific machines of war, because that's how I would call it. And of course a lot of studies has been done by the French, by the Americans also, and in time of war, and some people forget that, the last 12-13 years somehow we were all involved. A lot of nations of NATO was involved in fighting terrorism, and mainly in Afghanistan and in Iraq, amongst other things. Also in Africa, North Africa and Central Africa. So anyway, working those areas and regions, you will notice and see that there is much more mobility than heavy armor. I only can recollect of only one nation that used actually tanks in Afghanistan, and that's Canada. They used Leopard tanks, and I cannot think of any other nation who did. Mostly AFVs or support vehicles or such, but never heavy and main battle tanks. Why? Simple, because the terrain is not suited for it. And if you want to have a highly mobile war, or be rapidly at places where conflict is, you would choose such vehicles as the Sphinx, or as the Crab, or the ERC, and you name it. Those kind of vehicles are simply easier to transport, not as heavy as an MBT, and can be quickly at the theater of operations. Electric shows us in his Sphinx that nothing and no one is safe for him, for this gun. It has a 30mm, and I think it's a chain gun. So, and you can compare it with I think the 30mm under the Apache. It's similar technique, and that causes really epic damage. And this location, and especially on this map and our possum, is of course also my favorite with the TD. You have overview, and you can quite easily give overwatch and support your team. And if the gun was already not beast-like, then of course he also has rockets. So the thing can do an epic amount of damage. And what can I say? Is it for me something to play? I don't think so. Of course I try to have it in my collection of tanks, and it's nicely to show, and to show you guys what these vehicles can do, and gameplay and such. This will be an epic and a vehicle that will be feared in the game, the same as the Draco, the same as the Crab. So the strategy of fighting these vehicles is very simple. Take them out as soon as possible, and don't let yourself be in your main battle tanks be cornered or reared by these things, because they really shoot you up within seconds and you can do nothing about it. Anyway, this location, what Electric is choosing to fire on his an enemy, is the best position, because you're a little bit higher ground and you can put those pot shots in. You can drive forth and back, because that line is usually, and I think it's the C line if I'm not correctly, because I cannot look at the big screen at the moment somehow. It's on the C line, and I think it's like C7, I think it is C6, C7. And as long as it's in the corner there, you have to pay attention, of course, to the A line. There's also a spawn place of enemy vehicles, so don't come too close. Because you have no armor. And that's still the same as in the Crab, as in other AFVs. Armor wise, you have enough to withstand like shelling or small arms fire, but the power of an MBT it cannot withstand, and especially not if they are firing with heat. They will take epic damage from you. So Electric is now searching to support his team, and you should always do that behind enemy battle tanks, so that you don't get gotta be the focus of the enemy fire. You see this happening here. He stands between the PL-01 and the I think it's the Abrams, if I see correctly. You see the friendlies have red names. That's some kind of bug in the game. I cannot do nothing about it, but those are friendlies, I can assure you that. It's the Abrams. I recognize the backside. Anyway, so what is my advice to you? Well, if you like the fast pace game that the Crab gives you, the BMDs, the BMPs and so on, then this vehicle is definitely for you. I say again, personally myself, I like more the MBTs, but you have always need for such an AFV in your team, because it can give epic support fire, it can scout for you, and it's a very powerful scout to have. So my advice is, maybe play it, learn it, how to play it, because you can, if you're going to play in a team or in a clan, you can always switch to light vehicles, and you make your horizon much broader if you can learn to how to play several styles and playing different kind of vehicles. Because that's also what I'm doing. I'm not the best at this, absolutely not. For me it's more the TD and the MBT, that's more my kind of game. Light tank, AFVs. I love the BMD 2 and I love the BMD 4, but you know, it has to be the right kind of game for it. And to be honest, I think those are quite good for PvP. Those kind, for my opinion, that those vehicles are very much suited for PvP. And with PvE, it's simply harvesting an epic amount of damage, and that's to show and to learn, to train yourself in the AFV. and that's not actually not such a bad, because I also train in PvE in my main battle tanks. And certain tactics you cannot learn in PvE. You have to simply learn how to perform and do in-game. It's not something you can learn. And that's why I also joined a clan, because of that people can make me better. And I am really liking that. Anyway, guys, this game is already over. And I'm gonna show you how much damage. Now let's see what kind of damage he did. He did 39,609. 39,609. Holy macaroni. That's a lot of damage. And 17,617 reputation. But oh my god, that's epic. Well guys, I don't know what much to say about this, because this is really amazing what he's doing. So, and probably also, you know, a lot of you will get such games, and you know, it's fun to play. I understand, but oh my god, 39,000. That's epic. That's really epic. Now, anyway, guys, that's it for today. Many more videos will follow. I'm doing a marathon now, making videos, because I was late the last few days, a little bit, let's say, distracted. And guys, don't forget, coming Saturday the 7th of May, I will be in the evening streaming with Big Sexy, and you will see in the description the link, and on my YouTube you can find it in the banner. Anyway, hope to see you there. We're gonna have a lot of laughs. Maybe Electric will also be there. Last week he also joined us. Very unexpected, very spontaneous, very nice, and a lot of laughs. Come and join us coming Saturday, and hope to see you and hear you then.